we have the scales and the lead sheet, chord progressions, repertoire pieces. So do you feel you would like to spend more time to work on?
The only thing that I'm a little shaky on is the chord progressions.
Okay, so let's go through that first. Then we'll look at the other things as well, because we do need to play all that. All right. So the chord progression, you can take some shortcuts, of course. For example, you can take a staff paper and write down the chords beforehand, and then just play according to that's perfectly fine. So just make sure you don't do that during your actual proficiency exam. But for our exams, it's okay. Okay, so let's go through that. So the key of F. So we first have a one chord. So that's pretty simple because you just need a any inversion of the F major chord in the right hand, and then the left hand plays the simple F. So let's go through the rules for this problem just one more time. So you want a single note bass line. So that means your left hand has only one note. So that's the bass note. So recall in theory that the bass note determines the inversion of the chord, right? So the specific inversion that you play in your right hand doesn't really matter because it's already determined by the left hand, right? So for example, the first chord you have is an F major 1 chord. So for that you need an F in the left hand because that's root position. And then in the right hand you have you can play any inversion of the F chord. So it can be FAC, can be ACF, can be anything else. So any of these are fine. Right? Yeah. So the second chord here is the 6. So let's count from F. Recall the F major scale. We have so that's 6. 6 is a D, right? So and given this lowercase number, so we have D minor, right? And also you can notice that there are no subscripts or superscripts around the number, so we have also root position, right? So we have the first chord F major and the second chord D minor. Yeah. So left hand has a D because it's root position, and the right hand you can play any inversion of the D minor chord, right? So might as well stay close to the previous F major. So if you played this previously, you can play this now, or if you played this, you can play this now. So whichever configuration of the right hand chord that stays closer to the last chord that you played will be easier, right? So next we have the 5-6 chord. So again, counting from F, we get okay. So 5 would be a C, and here we are playing an inversion. Yes. So 6 means first inversion. So we have yes, exactly, and the left-hand chord would be a left-hand note should be an E, and then right hand any inversion of the C chord that's close to your current hand position. Yes. The next chord we have 3-6-4. So 3 from F, again counting from F, would be A, and we have lower letter 3, so we need A minor, okay, and then 6-4 means second inversion. So again we have an E in the bass. So so for this chord, the left hand we should play an E, and the right hand any inversion of the A minor chord. So we have here, and any one of those. Okay. the second to last one, the 5/7. So 5 chord we have played. We played a C major chord. So 5/7 is by definition a dominant seventh. So that means we need to add the chord seventh to the triad, which means we need an what note?
It'd be a C. The seventh.
The
would be
seventh.
B.
So in addition to the C triad, what do we need? The note,
Have to
the
add
additional
seventh.
note. Yes. So it's not exactly B, but because we need a dominant seventh. So that makes it a major minor seventh. So major minor means we have a major triad but a minor seventh on the top. So that would be a minor seventh from C would be a B flat, right? So we have root position C triad plus a B flat. So that means we need a C in the left hand, and any inversion of the C7th major minor chord in the left hand, in the right hand should be all right. Okay, so after that, this is the cadence back to 1. So we have something that's you could play the same chord like you played at the beginning, right? So yeah, so this might need a little work, but the idea is that from the Roman numeral you want to first work out the key and quality of each chord, and then following that, since you already worked out the key, you already know what to play in the right hand to a degree, and then the numbers or the lack of numbers would determine your inversion of the chord, and that is what determines the single note that you play in the left hand. Okay, so those two parts combined would give you the entire combination of the left and right hand. Right? Do you feel a little clearer?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think with this method, you will at least be able to write the those left and right hand notes or chords. Write those things down and then play this. By reading, that would be a lot more easier. I think by just looking at the Roman numerals, try to play everything all together. So right. Any questions about this? You really want to go through that again? I mean, just.
I think once I write it down, it'll be
Okay, easier. Yes. Okay, great. Okay, so let's look at something else. Which other item would you like to do?
sorry with L. Maybe it's Largo.
The Largo. Okay. Let's do that. So all of these, the things we've looked at so far, they contain some elements that are not, just as easy as reading the score, directly and playing them. So this one also benefits, from if you actually, write down the left-hand part. Because it's some of the chords, they might be difficult to move from one chord to another, and if you add in the effort of having to work out the left hand, that makes it more trouble, right? So okay, so but as you can see, the first two measures already, you have some examples. You can figure out how these are written down, and then you can fill in the rest of the left-hand part. Okay, so shall we go through these chords first before playing together?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, let's first look at the first 4 chords that are given. So we have a C chord, okay, 2 C chords, and then F slash C. So this kind of slash notation of the chord, it has an additional requirement on top of playing the chords, in that you need to play according to the bass note given after the slash. So F slash C would mean you need a C in the bass. So that's why it has a particular inversion here. Instead of FAC, you need to play C, FA. So you have to do this. And then the G slash D afterwards, you need to play yes. That. So whenever you see slashes, you need a particular bass note. So it's like the chord progression that we just played. So you need something in the bass which is specified there, right? But when you don't have slashes, you're free to play any inversion. It's not like you're forced to play root position, but you can adapt, right? Just by default, it's easier to play in root position because we know that the root position try a little better, I think. Yeah. Okay, so after the 4 given chords, we have a C. So that is C, E, G, okay? And after that is an augmented chord, right? So the C with a plus. So we need C, E, G sharp. Yes. So yeah, augmented chords are very easy to construct. We basically have 2 major third intervals and stack them together again. Okay. So next one is D minor. So DFA, and then the G7 with B. So that means, yes, exactly. So G7 chord with a B in the bass, so that gives us, yes, B, D, F, G. And also, since if you look at the right-hand part, what's on top, what's to the right of the G chord with the B? We have a D in the right hand, yeah? So you might want to omit the D in the left hand so that, it's not doubled, but we have something like this. It's also a perfectly fine G7 chord. So, and then after that is a C chord, so C, E, G again. Yes. Second line, we move to the right a little. So FAC for the F chord, and then GBD for the G chord. So both are root position. So you can just play the default position, just move the hand a little, without needing to move very much. And measure 7, we have a C chord with an E in the bass. So that moving from an F major chord, right? So just move the bottom notes a little to the left. So we have FAC moving to EGC. Yes. And the next measure is the same pattern. Yeah. So for that purpose, if you are wondering about fingering, you can choose like 4-2-1 for the F chord, and then 5-3-1 for the C with the E in the bass. So you don't need to move the fingers, but you just play with different fingers. Yeah. All right. So next line, 2 C chords again, so C, E, G, and then after that we have an F chord with C in the bass. Okay. So what does that mean? C in the bass. So C, F, A, right? Yeah. Okay. So after that, G chord with a B in the bass. D, D, G, obviously. So these 3 chords, I would suggest you look at those chords a little more closely because they require some movement of the hand because they're not exactly staying in the same or very close like to each other. So after the G chord with the B in the bass, we have a C chord with a G in the bass. So that's what I mean by you have to move a little, because that moves like 2 degrees to the left. right? You're not exactly staying in the same position, just moving the fingers around, but you haven't moved the hand entirely. So C with a G in the bass, that would be G, C, and E, right? Yeah. Okay, so after this it gets a little easier. So we have A minor, and that means A, C, E. And if we follow the progression, the next one we have is a D minor with an F in the bass. So recall D minor, right? D, F, A, and then with an F in the bass, that would be F, A, D. Yeah, move a little to the left again. So F, A, D. And yes, and G7 is actually, yes, you played that right. And you can also take a look at this here. This is also G7, but it omits the two notes in the middle. So you can choose if you want to do that, right? Obviously, you have that choice. So the chord that comes next is a C chord with a G in the bass. So in addition to playing the C and E, those two notes here, you add the G in the bass. So you have this. Right. Yeah. And the next one, the D minor with an F in the bass, we already played that. So same thing, right? F, A, D. Okay. So, you all right?
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Is it not too challenging? Is it? I mean, after you write down, I think you should be
Yeah,
fine.
I think it would be better once I write it down.
Yeah, you have the worksheet on Canvas, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you just either write directly on the file or you just print it out and write on it. Should be all right. Okay. Feel like playing through it?
Try.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we'll play very slowly, so and we can stop anywhere if you have like questions or trouble. Okay. So I will play the right hand part, and let's see what you can do with the left hand.
Okay.
Okay. So let's take a slower tempo. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
It's getting to that chord fast enough. That's the problem.
Okay. You want to slow down a little bit more? Let's do that. Okay. How about this? So. Okay. Let's keep to this tempo. So. New chord, C with an E in the bass. Yes. Okay. And next. C with a G in the bass. Yes. And A minor. D minor. through this progression, you might have found like certain places where you might need a little work. So it'll be helpful to note down those places, and just to practice them more instead of just playing through them like altogether. But it'll be more efficient to work more on the places where you might have more trouble, so that you'll end up like playing the piece more smoothly from beginning to end. Okay. Shall we play through it again, or?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So so Life has suggested play the left hand alone a few times. Figure out the chords and be very comfortable with the left hand first, and then add in the right hand. This is one thing at a time. Otherwise, if you play everything together, you might miss something in the left hand. You don't have time to